I'm Michelle Diane and welcome to my kitchen. Today this video is going to be about counting macronutrients, how to lose weight without doing the yo-yo dieting, and being able to have the foods you love. Get ready? Let's dive right in. I've got some good notes so I don't get off on a tangent and I can lead you directly to your weight loss. So what are macronutrients? That's just a big fancy word for protein, carbohydrates, and fat. And knowing your macronutrients actually is quite essential if you want to sculpt your body, if you want to lose weight without dieting, and really just having another tool in your pocket for weight loss and being able to get the body that you've always dreamed of and just didn't know how to get it without dieting. The first thing I want to talk about is why would you want to count your macronutrients, and then we'll get into how to count your macronutrients. What a lot of people don't realize is when you eat a meal unbalanced, you create an insulin spike, and anytime insulin spikes in your body, that is a signal to store fat. Insulin is the fat storing hormone, so what we want to do is create balanced snacks or meals without having that insulin spike, and that is one of the benefits of macronutrients. A second benefit of macronutrients is that you actually know what your body needs to function adequately for healing, for performance, for basic rest. When you get your macronutrients, you know your baseline calories of what your body requires at rest, that it actually burns. You get, based on your activity level and where you're at physically, you get some recommended macronutrients for your protein levels, your carbohydrates, and your fats. This is essential. When you know this, you now know how to lose weight without dieting. I would encourage you to go to a site called IIFYM, which stands for ifitfitsyourmacros.com, and you can answer a few brief questions free, and it will literally give you on the spot your information. I would take those calories and your macro numbers, and it will ask you what your current weight is, what your desired weight goal is, and base your numbers on that and the activity levels that it's asking where you're at right then. You're gonna plug those numbers into an app called MyFitnessPal, and underneath goals you can change this information and input. If you put your calories and your proteins, everything's gonna equal 100. So for instance, if you were going, just throwing some numbers out there, if you were going to have 50% of your carbohydrates, which I would do on a high carb day for me, then I would make my protein and my fats be 25%. So each of those total 50. So altogether the numbers total 100. Now, if you're a beginner, then you are going to get suggested numbers for you in the beginning, and it will suggest what percent, and you would just log those into MyFitnessPal, and it will literally give you your number. Next, as you're making your meals, it gives you an idea in the first couple of days, 2-3 days, you want to play with it to kind of see what foods are what, and you can enter in a food and change the serving size and see up or down what your suggested serving will be, and it will give you a flag or in red print if you go over your fat or your carbohydrates or whichever macronutrient you might go over. It's giving you a heads up, and then you have that information to go with. Macronutrients is not restricting. It's one of the best ways to lose weight and keep the weight off, because you understand what your body requires. You understand if you go above this, that I'm going to gain weight or I'm going to gain fat. You understand if you go below a certain number, your body is not going to lose weight because it's going to hold fat, thinking that it's in a famine or starving. One of the good things about counting your macros also is that you understand that you've got proper balance in a meal. You will have a protein, a carbohydrate, and a fat. Not necessarily do you have to have 3 food groups. For instance, quinoa has carbohydrates and proteins. There are several foods that have all 3, or there are foods that have just one. And for instance, if I might have a really lean piece of fish, but I need some fat in that particular meal, I may add a few almonds or an avocado. But based on what my numbers are in my MyFitnessPal, because that's where I've put my IFYM numbers, then it will tell me what those numbers need to be, and that would help you get your numbers. And I would highly encourage you to give this a try if you have not. There are several ways to lose weight. I certainly think losing weight is not near as hard as keeping the weight off. I wanted to share with you a method of knowing what your body requires, being able to feed your body the proper nutrients, but being able to have that slice of cake if you would like, still entering it in your MyFitnessPal, but being aware of what's in that food, which is a huge part of weight loss as well as keeping the weight off, because it's making you very knowledgeable over time what amount of foods have what calories, how much sugar. It even tracks the electrolytes and other vitamins in the food, which I find fascinating. I have the paid version, which is not much more, and it's got the scan bar, which I love. So you can literally scan your protein bar, your candy bar, and it will literally bring up, or the box of rice, where you don't have to enter everything in, and then you just do the scroll button to get the serving size, and voila, you've got your information. So guys, if you want to hear more things like this, want to know more about losing weight, how to count your macros, a little bit more that I've not mentioned in this video, don't forget to drop it down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you back in the next video.